Hello, kia ora, g'day. I'm Philip Duncan from Weather Watch TV on YouTube with your Australia-only forecast through until Monday. So let's have a look and see what is happening at the moment. Two main areas of energy. We've got the cold front here coming into Western Australia. It's an active cold front. By that we mean plenty of thunderstorms with it, and some of these severe thunderstorms. So that means hail, flash flooding, very heavy downpours are associated with that. And it's only slowly moving eastwards. It's not like the system the other week that started in Western Australia and ended up as a wintry blast in the southeast. This one's falling apart. It's pretty much only for Western Australia, but South Australia will get some of the leftovers. The other set of energy is out here to the east. We've got a very weak area of low pressure, a trough, that's forming around Queensland and northern parts of New South Wales. That is going to drift out to sea in a couple of days' time. But as it does so, it's interacting with that big high that brought the wintry weather now off to New Zealand. And we're seeing some thunderstorms and downpours right along the east coast, especially of New South Wales. And some of those are going to push inland and boost up some of the rainfall totals. And of course, inland itself, you've also got thunderstorms, areas of rain and showers as that system moves on through. So that's there for a few more days before we see it properly clearing up. On the air pressure map, you can see that low pressure zone in Queensland. It's drifting to the southeast. High pressure, the really powerful one, is moving towards New Zealand. So remember, New Zealand's now got a wintry southerly. That is coming up the Tasman Sea and curving around as an east to northeasterly, which is why you might notice a little bit more warmth in the eastern side of Australia, but it still may feel a bit cold because of that airflow and the origins of it. And then you've got the warmer northerlies ahead of the cold front that's moving into South Australia. So here on the Thursday situation, you can see those thunderstorms around New South Wales, some of them going in to Queensland as well. We've got showers along the east coast, might also produce an isolated thunderstorm or two. But the main energy is around New South Wales as that trough drops southwards there. And some of the rainfall along the coastline here, up to 150 millimetres in just a day. Now that's probably falling just offshore, but because the breeze is pushing it into land and up against the Great Dividing Range, you may see some of those downpours lifting up further. Some of these areas inland also seeing 80 millimetres of rain, and then that tapers off once you get to about Canberra, the ACT, into the mountains and down to Victoria and into Tasmania. Northerly winds, but mostly dry. Maybe a couple of showers around the northern parts of Tasmania. By Friday, most of that energy in eastern Australia moves closer towards the Tasman, but the line of heavy rain doesn't change much. It is still very much hugging the coastline, up to 100 millimetres possible here in that purple zone, just offshore. The purple box is just saying there's a risk of thunderstorms and heavy rain, but you follow the Bureau of Meteorology for any official warnings that they might have out. But for now, a lot of heavy rain offshore, brushing land, so that's why that box is there. Elsewhere, pretty calm and quiet. We've got a few isolated showers. That's the leftovers of that cold front. As it tries to move into South Australia, it falls apart. We do see a few showers here and there, but that is high pressure that is moving into the Great Australian Bight. So by Saturday, that high pressure zone pretty much over the top of Kangaroo Island. Hello to our viewers there, we know we've got some. And that brings in a bit of a south to southeasterly wind into Victoria, the ACT, the southern part of New South Wales, and around parts of Tasmania. So there will be some showers, a bit of cloud around that area. Most of the energy now with the rain is moving out to the Tasman, so just a couple of remaining showers, but really it should be drying out, maybe still be a bit cloudy around Sydney and up towards places like Port Macquarie, but the sun hopefully starts to come back out again for you after a bit of a gloomy week. And a couple of isolated showers also remain around central and western parts of Australia. Could produce a thunderstorm or two, but rainfall looks quite low. Let's go to Sunday. Here is the next burst of energy arriving, and it starts over here in the southwest. So the cold stuff is out over the Indian Ocean, that big wintry southerly. That is coming in for you on Monday. But for Sunday, west to northwest winds, so not overly cold. You've got thunderstorms in the mix here. Some of those downpours could be quite heavy. And it goes all the way up the central coastline and getting up to places almost like the Pilbara region, where we could be seeing some of those showers brushing through, maybe a few thunderstorms coming into more northern areas. Otherwise pretty dry though. The red line here is dropping southwards. Someone said yesterday, thank you so much for mentioning that. It gives me optimism. So you're right. That is a sign of spring or the wet season arriving, depending on which part of Australia you live in. but we're still a long way off yet from that sinking down and bringing those 40-degree temperatures to the south. For now, winter weather is still dominating. Apart from a couple of showers in the east here, things are drying out going through the weekend, and still again a few showers probably bubbling up into the afternoon around the divide. High pressure moving into New South Wales, northerly winds behind it for South Australia, and then you got that wintry blast coming back in to the southwest corner. So the severe weather box indicates thunderstorms, possibly severe, squally showers where you get a heavy burst of rain and the wind, hail, and also a temperature drop. So 4 things going on there in the southwest corner. Perth, Bunbury, Albany, all possibly, all certainly inside that wintry change coming through on Monday, but warmer northerlies ahead of it, and like I say, high pressure out to the east. So we've got a lot of moving parts to the weather still, but not necessarily overly dramatic around the country. Hopefully it's getting sort of a nice balance, and hopefully we can also get some more sunshine into the east. I know it's been a bit gloomy there over the last, well, I was going to say a few weeks, but it's probably been a few months now, actually. Love to hear from you. Keep your thoughts coming on YouTube. I appreciate it. I read every comment, even though we don't always like or heart or comment back now, because we're doing videos for both New Zealand and Australia daily. We're getting hundreds of comments every day, which is such an awesome thing. The downside is I can't personally reply to all of you. I'd love to be able to do that, but need a full-time person almost to be able to pull that off. Thanks for joining me. See you again tomorrow, Thursday, as we take a look at your 7-day rainfall and, of course, our flight simulator place of the day. See you then.